change. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Ooh. The story time you all have been waiting for. Why I canceled this Cinderella dream wedding. See, what had happened was, listen, this is deep. Get your tea, get your coffee, get your kettle, because you know y'all been waiting for it. I met this Prince Charming. It was about 2022 when we both was clank coming out the, the feds, the halfway house or whatever or not. And everything seemed like it was peaches and cream. But then, baby, when I say but then, things began to take a change. Only when he was down. However, before then, this man was a dream man. Baby, he was paying the bills, eating like the king, and everything that a woman would want. I didn't have to do nothing but be in my soft girl era. So in the meantime, in between time, let me tell you exactly how things begin to unfold. Baby! Somebody say baby. Baby, I had to take a deep breath on that one. It's like waiting to exhale. It was like everything. We spoke. This man was like he wanted to do his trucking business. So we began to build that. Build it out. At least I thought that's what we were building. This man wanted his TWIC badge to go on the port. So me being a returning citizen myself, because everybody always have a backstory and people want to say so much. Everybody was telling him that he couldn't get a TWIC. But I was like, oh, yes, you can. And I know how to do the appeal. And yes, you will. So I did his appeal. Time went by. His year was up. He got his TWIC badge. Hello, somebody. I began to ask him, okay, you want to do this business? That man told me he wanted to wait till his homeboy get out of the penitentiary. I was like, I didn't know how to hold that, y'all. So me being a woman that came from a little trauma, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. Came from the trauma, but still being a wife in waiting because I was tired of laying on my back texting mattresses. That's not what I was going to do anymore. Hello, somebody. So in that prime time, meantime, hallelujah to Dion, what we began to do was build. And in that building a family, it was life spent. Baby, you paying the mortgage, you paying the bills, you paying everything. I began to work out mind, body, and spirit. Began to build that soft girl life while helping him build. Baby, I was really the real. Okay, Proverbs 31, whatever you call it. Okay. And then time went by, whatever. We're living good, looking good, and lavish. Hello, somebody. Doing what God or whatever called us to do. I ain't gonna put God in there because that wasn't God. Listen. And it became, if you fast forward that thing a little bit, because we had a nice year and a half, possibly almost at 2, that everything was nice. He proposed on his knees in Lowe's. Y'all see this up here? Okay, yeah, he was on his knees in Lowe's. It wasn't my dream proposal or however it would have been, but what really is, when a man finds you and you thinking that you the one, however he displays to do it, that's how it's going to be. Okay, but lady, we got to understand the signs, the flags, not the red ones, but know how to go. The green, gold, purple, whatever it is. So, he asked me, will I marry him? And me, no! Girl, I said, yes! I'll show y'all the ring on the next part 2, because this might be a little lengthy one. Well, listen. So, I said yes. Baby, I said yes. We were living like man and wife. Husband and then it took a turn. And a turn for the worse. A turn for the bad. And a turn for the ugly. I'm just being transparent to tell you what it is. Because, baby, I came to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I went from planning a wedding to cleaning out my closet. A closet full of filth, hatred, and love that I thought was love. When this man, baby, creeped back in my life, after I found the big boom, but I'll tell you what the boom was. I began to collect things, understand things, and find out things that was like, baby, you got to take a pause. And in that pause was where I learned, I understood, and I found out some things. So, ladies, when you out here being a wife and waiting, baby, this is the story of your life. So with this man, baby, and yes, I had 6 kids that wasn't even his, and that man was about to marry me, but this is why I canceled that wedding. It was something that was unforgivable. We're going to stop it right there and leave him hanging.